against Zahori, MODOZahori, who's got a channel and broadcasts. Really good player and lots of fun to play against. Anyway, I just had to replay this because this was a pretty epic game. I'm playing, almost mono green Living Wish, and he's playing kind of the new green black rock style, with Liliana and Loam. So we actually have somewhat similar decks, except he's got a little more dredging. I'm a little more, big creature, but interesting matchup. We both start out pretty decent. I've got a Loam and tools, so I figured no problem. He starts work with, dismantling my hand and going after things. And it becomes glaringly obvious as this game goes on that I really need to play Wasteland in this deck. I could have locked him out since his only real win condition was Creeping Tar Pits and Mishra's Factories and things. So yeah, definitely should have thrown that in, but I usually don't like it in this build because I've got enough lands that don't produce any mana or colored mana for me, and I've tried playing Wasteland in this deck, but it gets stuck on no colored too often. So, but I could have Wasteland locked him here. Anyway, about this time, he's got a Liliana and a Wasteland to my nothing, but I do have Loam going. He's countering it just to slow me down. Turns out to actually be really crucial. So at this point, I kind of stop loaming and start drawing, just to get some cards that aren't my lands. Because right now I don't need Cradle back and Dryad. He can just keep killing with Wasteland and his Loam Lock. So I start trying to go for creatures just to start dropping Liliana down and looking for either a bog in my graveyard, or a bog in my hand, or a crop rotation in my hand, so that I can get his dredgers. Well, I finally hit the crop rotation, go for the bog, and I get, a whole bunch of his dredgers. So at this point I think, okay, I can finally start making a comeback. He's only got one in hand. I got his Raven's Crime, his Dark Blast, his Life from the Loam. So, I figure, okay, I can start working on him. So I was real happy with the peel there, the Revoker, because I can name Liliana. Now I've got him pretty much on one card and nothing happening. I hadn't seen Snapcaster played. I saw one here. I didn't know how many he was playing, but sure enough, throws the Snapcaster in the way, makes me sack the Hierarch. I'm back to square one. He manages to have the counters at the right time, though. About every time I think I can pull ahead, he's got the flat deny. Between the spell snares and most of my business is, 2 drops. For the wishes, certainly, and then the flat counterspell. But I finally think I got a chance to pull ahead with the Garrick, because now I got Liliana down to 1. Then he draws the Maelstrom Pulse, which elicits unhappiness from me, because he just had the right answer at the right time. Only card in hand, but happened to be a Pulse to take out my Planeswalker. Now I'm obviously super thrilled when I pull the Stronghold, because now I can start just pulling back all my creatures if I need be, and if he kills the Stronghold, I can pull it back with a Loam. So But he starts beating down with the tar pit. I go for the Nest Invader just because I want lots of creatures so I can finally get at Liliana and have some shaft to sacrifice. Unfortunately, I hit my Emrakul there. I would have much rather kept what I had in the graveyard. Now, at this point, I'm hoping for another rotation, but I mean, he's got the factory, he's got the active Liliana that I just can't seem to get rid of. And of course, he pulls the deed. That's going to blow most of my stuff. But he's only got 10 left. I know he's not playing any recyclers like Eldrazi or Vigor or anything, so that makes me unhappy. He throws another deed. Yeah, are you effing kidding me? That was my response to his second deed in 3 turns. But go for the loam. Figure until he gets a creeping tar pit. Or he's got to keep blowing deeds just to keep me off it. I'm fine with this because I'm just looking at how many cards he's got left in the library, and if he loams to get things back, well, it's just going to mill him quicker. So figure go for the maze. That way I can just stall him out and go for the mill kill. Now the good news here is even though he can dredge back his wasteland to keep me off maze, he doesn't have enough turns if he keeps dredging it back because it's a dredge 3 to keep me from winning by the mill. So especially if I can find a deserted temple and get that back. Unfortunately, I hit my Emrakul there, so I didn't get a chance to get back my deserted temple. And of course, he pulls Wasteland. Got him to 4 cards, and he managed to edge it out. Because every time he drew the answer, 1 card in hand, it was the 1 card he needed every time. So hats off to him. He played a great game, and I'm sure I made about 30 punt mistakes, but hey, that's why I'm not a tournament player. So anyway, it was a fun one. Hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks.